Hello? Can you hear me? Like a song.
Oh, you're playing keyboards. I've got a keyboard as well.
Have you got one that sounds like this, though? Listen to this.
I can't hear anything.
You hear that?
No.
I'll tell you what, you're not missing much. Hang on. How you getting on? You okay? You okay?
I can't hear you, James.
Well, you can't hear me at all. Check. One. You can't hear me?
I can now.
What? Can you hear me from here?
From where?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're a bit quiet.
Well, you're really loud now.
Good. How about that?
That's better.
All right,
I can see your face now. Right, I'm going to lean on this and try not to make any noise. So I had this idea, okay?
Yeah.
I spent the last 2-3 hours chatting to old friends on Zoom and recording it. My famous friends.
Right, okay.
And I thought, as you're one of my famous friends,
yeah,
that I would talk to you.
All right, then. Well, what do you want to talk about?
Well, first of all, let's talk about Tonight Mathew.
Right. Give me 1 second, James.
No, where are you going?
Yeah. I want to smoke a fag.
Okay, I'll wait here for you.
Please do.
Should I play some music? Here goes.
Right, you have to give me a few minutes, James.
Where are you going now? What are you doing now?
Well, I'm jealous now. I didn't realise that we were doing keyboards. So
not doing keyboards, we're chatting.
But you started doing keyboards. And now I'm joining. I've just got to plug some wires in.
What, Richard?
You know what it's like being a famous musician.
Yeah, I know. Richard? Richard?
I wasn't going to switch my keyboard on today.
Have you got one of those filters that you put on your face and makes you look like a cat?
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Don't worry about the keyboards. It's supposed to be an informal, light-hearted chat. Not a keyboard battle. Yeah, look, he's there. He's loving it. He's looking really happy. We've lost his voice now, though.
Where's he gone? I hear you.
We can't hear you. I've been doing these Zooms all morning with no hiccups.
You're the first.
And then this has all gone terribly wrong now. Do you know what I forgot to do then? You know, this big thing was about recording conversations with friends.
Yeah.
Guess what I forgot to do?
Press record.
Yeah.
You fucking...
So all that amazing content that we just talked about.
Well, that's fairly typical of you, isn't it, James? You don't pay attention.
Oh, whoa, hang on a sec. It was you who was having the sound troubles.
I know it's because you started off the synthesizer show off, wasn't it?
So can I hear that synthesizer behind you?
What?
Bloody hell. Do you know what that makes me want to go and do? So that's kind of put me in the mood for going out on a Friday night.
Yeah, well, so I've been, I've been doing some research into MKultras and Operation Mindfuck and all those kind of things.
Oh, wow. Are you becoming a bit of a sort of spiritual hippie? Like, are you going deep?
No, well, MKultra was like a CIA thing where they wanted to reprogram people. And so they figured out if they wanted to reprogram people's brains, they had to like empty them first.
Jeez.
So they figured out they could completely clear people's memories by giving them a massive dose of LSD and electric shock therapy.
Right. Wow.
But then after that, they found out they couldn't put any new stuff in there. So there's all these people walking around who can't remember anything.
Oh my, that sounds, gosh, that sounds nice.
And then Operation Mindfuck was these hippies who wanted to prove how ridiculous conspiracy theories were. So they started writing up about all these conspiracy theories like the Illuminati and all that stuff. But like people believed them.
Yeah, it's brilliant, isn't it? Gosh,
yeah.
And it happened in the 60s, did you say?
Yeah, in the 50s and 60s, there's loads of mad stuff out there. But if you Google MKultra and Operation Mindfuck, there's some interesting stuff there.
I'll go and have a look. All right, back to the interview.
Right, okay. Is this for a job or for some funding?
So, but what makes you think that you would be suitable for the job or the funding?
Well, I've got a lot of transferable skills. I've got a lot of experience in the area. And yeah, so what else do you need?
Have you got
Obviously, I'm pretty well deserved, considering I'm nearly 56 in a few weeks.
Gosh.
I had to go to hospital the other day.
You what, sorry?
I had to go to hospital the other day.
What was that for?
Well, I wear hearing aids.
Yeah.
Well, I took my hearing aids out when I was going to bed, and they've got these like little, I'll show you, like on the end of them, can you see it's like a little magic mushroom thing?
Yes.
Right. And hold on. and I took the hearing aid out, but the little mushroom thing stayed in my ear.
No.
And I couldn't get it out.
That sounds hideous.
It really was. And well, and then I wasn't sure if it was actually in there or not. And then it started really hurting.
Oh.
And then because every time you swallow or blink, it changes the pressure in your ears. And I was just in agony, so I had to go to the A&E. And it's because of all the COVID and everything. It was really weird, and I was there for hours. And the nurse doctor, she was looking in there, and she's going, "Oh, I can see it in there, but I can't see how I can catch hold of it." And because it had turned round, so it was like the smooth.
Yeah.
And then she got it with the tweezers, and she started putting it on, and because it caused a vacuum, I was going, ah! And she goes, oh no, I'm not going to put it anymore because I don't want to damage your hearing. I said, well, to be fair, I don't want to get to damage my hearing.
Oh God!
So she couldn't get it out, and she had to make an appointment for me to go to the ear, nose, and throat clinic the next day.
Wow! So you had to come home with it stuck in your ear?
Yeah, and then go back to the hospital the next day. And
God,
I mean, to be fair, the doctor who took it out, he says, well, he said, at least it's something that's supposed to be in your ear.
I bet they've seen all sorts shoved in people's ears and orifices.
Do you know what I mean? But yeah, so that was really quite worrying.
Well, that's
it's that period when I wasn't 100% sure that that's what it was.
So, right, so you're freaking out a little bit.
Yeah, and yeah, and it was just like really uncomfortable, and I couldn't hear very well. And
Well, you're all right now.
Well, thank you. Yeah. And yeah, other than that, it's
right. So I was going to ask you, Tonight Matthews.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you 3 questions. What's been your favourite one? Who's been your favourite artist to work with? And if you had a dream or a wish list, who would you have on it?
Wow. Okay. Well, that's yeah, that's an interesting one, isn't it? Because they've all been so good, and we've had so many amazing artists. But I think my favourite one is the Talking Heads one.
Kermit, Lindy Layton, Rach. Was Fuzz on that one? I know that was Keith, wasn't it?
It was Keith, and it was
Horace on the bass.
Horace from the Specials on the bass. Yeah. It was just fantastic, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was, and yeah, I mean that was all your idea as well. That was brilliant.
Well, yeah, because I mean I've been watching the video of Talking Heads. I mean I love the track anyway. Have you seen the Talking Heads movie, the Stop Making Sense?
Yeah, I haven't seen it for a while, but yeah.
And I watched the video and I just thought it was just such an incredible performance, you know, because they're all doing that kind of
the energy, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember saying to it'd be really funny to do it and have everybody.
And we all did the dance, and we all had it. We were almost all in time as well.
Almost, yeah. I had to have a little rest after I'd done my
video. Yeah, and Kermit was brilliant, wasn't he? He was so cool.
Yeah, Kermit was really good, and you know, because I had to go up to Liverpool to record him because he didn't. Cause it was like in between moving house, and we didn't have any equipment set up. So it was, you know, it was really nice to kind of get out. And I hadn't seen him for ages, and we had a nice day in Liverpool.
I suppose the Tonight Matthews, it's kind of gives a bit of a catching up with old friends as well, and a bit of a social angle, hasn't it? Really.
Well, it really has, yeah. And you know, and some of the, you know, it's like when we got Rick Wakeman and Keith Allen, it was just like, it was unbelievable, wasn't it?
It really was unbelievable, and I don't say that very often. In fact, yeah.
That's really good when you say it. Say it again.
Unbelievable.
I reckon you could use that as like a catchphrase or maybe a hook in a song or something.
Yeah, I remember when we were really desperate once and we were trying to find another catchphrase, another word, and I think we wrote a song that was called Incredible. Didn't really have the same vibe though.
No, it's not really as good as
we were getting a little bit desperate by that point.
Yeah, what about discombobulated?
That's a good one. Discombobulated. That's 5 syllables though.
Discombobulated. 6 I'm counting.
It's your accent.
So have you been teaching your kids maths?
I'm not going anywhere near homeschooling. Because I'm like you, I'm a proper professional teacher, you know, that's my day job, that's what I do. But at home, I'm more senior management, would you say, headmaster? Right, okay. And I have teachers who teach for me.
Right, okay.
My wife.
Yeah.
I don't get involved in it.
Right. Well, that's good.
It looks murder. I just wouldn't. But
yeah. Are you going into work still?
Yeah, I'm going in 3 days a week, and I'm just looking after vulnerable kids, key worker kids.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a joy. I mean, it's going to be quite. I know it's been an awful experience for a lot of people, but wow, if I could have my job like this, where there's hardly any teaching. Okay, I have to be careful because sometimes some of my staff watch things.
And I'm finding the whole kind of trying to engage with students online really difficult.
Yes, I mean, are they engaging at all?
Well, it's like, it's like when they log on, but they haven't got their camera or their phone switched on, and you don't know whether they've just logged on and fucked off somewhere else, and you feel like you're just kind of talking to someone or nobody, and I find it really intrusive having to do it from home as well. So I'm going to start. after half term, I'm going to go into college and do my online classes from my classroom.
Okay, and when you say you're doing them online, are you doing live lessons then with people logged in? See, I haven't done that. I've been doing pre-record Zooms and stuff. Not Zooms, Looms they're called.
Yeah.
But yeah, but occasionally when I've been going in, I've been doing a bit of Key Stage 3, and I am actually. It is nice to have that contact, and it is nice to be in the classroom. You can't really beat that, having the banter and a bit of, like you say, a bit of feedback and coming back to you and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I've been feeling really, really isolated, and this lockdown much more than the first lockdown. It was like a novelty, wasn't it? And the weather was
unknown. Yeah, totally. I agree with you.
And it was a bit of an adventure almost, but now it's just fucking endless drudgery. And I've been struggling with my mental health a bit, and yeah, it's been really difficult for a real lot of people.
Yeah, it has.
I mean, I was talking to my son, and I mean, we're grown up, but can you imagine being 19 and being stuck in the house and not being able to go anywhere or do anything or meet up?
That is the point in your life when you start living, you know what I mean? I loved it when I left school, and I know James was supposed to go. Did he refer from university? He didn't go in the end, did he?
No, and I'm really glad he didn't, because everybody's, I know his kids went to university. It's just been the most dismal and dreadful time for them. So I think he made the right decision not to go.
Yeah. But can you see an end in sight?
Well, there's got to be, hasn't there? But I don't know what the timetable is, or
No. I mean, I'm due to have people back
and talk about how incompetent the government is, and but I just don't know, James. I just don't know.
Right, but I'm missing gigs. I was talking to Fuzz earlier, and I was saying the next gig on our calendar is Saturday night, Bentley Rhythm Ace, Shine.
Yeah,
can't wait.
I've got a couple of popular self gigs.
Oh, you have, haven't you?
Coming up, but it's October, November time. The summer's just going to be a washout again, isn't it?
Yeah, nothing's going on, is it really? Such a shame.
No, it really
but maybe we should do, for our own mental health, maybe we should do a couple more Tonight Mathews.
Well, yeah, that would be cool, wouldn't it? It'd be cool.
You haven't told me what your wish list is yet, because I've got an extensive phone book with lots of pop stars' names in it.
All right, yeah.
So just hit me. Who do you want?
Who do I want?
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to have I'd like to have Gaz Coombs from Supergrass on vocals.
Fucking hell, my wife would go mental.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So Gaz.
Yeah, I want what's his name? Chris Martin on piano.
Chris. Yeah.
I want Tommy Lee out of Motley Crue on drums, Upside Down.
Gotcha, yeah. Tommy. Can we have Bjork come back in vocals?
Bjork come back in vocals, yeah, and Adele.
Okay. And right, anyone else? Is that it? Dead or alive?
He's dead, isn't he? Dead or alive?
I want the actual bloke from Dead or Alive.
or Bon Jovi.
Is he dead?
Nobody had a song called Dead or Alive, didn't they?
Did he? No, we had a song called it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he said a son called it.
No.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, I'll have a look through the book and I'll see how I get on.
Okay. What song do you think we should do?
Well, I'd quite like to do. Do you know that song? In the jungle, the dull jungle, the lion sleeps tonight.
We are one away, yum yum. Isn't that racist?
Is it?
I don't know.
I really fancy doing the high, the falsetto bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
If not, get Jimmy Somerville to do it. or someone else who can sing high.
Yeah, okay.
Like,
yeah, all right then.
Right, okay. Well, I'll get to work on that, or you know.
Right, okay. So, so what else is happening?
Not a great deal, really. I mean, life's pretty. Oh, I released a record.
Yeah, I like that.
Thank you. It's going to go to #1.
There's what?
It's going to go to #1.
Yeah, well, it is #1.
And then I'm going to get really rich and famous. I'm going to move back to London.
Right.
And then go and, I don't know, I might just get like a penthouse with a jacuzzi.
Okay, yeah. Do you want to borrow my Rolls Royce?
Please. Well, I was hoping you'd come and live with me.
Yeah, well, I'll have to get, I need to get the exhaust fixed on my Rolls Royce.
It's with the trouble with the exhaust. Right.
Yeah, with it, it's a bit rattly.
I know a really good mechanic.
Do you?
Yeah, it's probably the UK's biggest mechanic, famous mechanic.
Yeah, I know him. But I'll tell you a funny story.
Right? You can tell me a funny story about Fuzz.
Yeah.
Go on then.
Well, we done a gig somewhere, and we were driving back. There's me and
Can I just stop you for 1 second? Yeah. Right, because I just spoke to Fuzz half an hour ago. We were trying to think of a Bentley story, and I told him this story.
What story?
Well, the story you're just about to tell. So, but I want you to tell it and see if it's the same as the story I told you, because obviously you were there and you had all the details. Go on.
So we'd done the gig and we were driving back. There was me and Fuzz and Nick Wells.
Yeah.
Because Fuzz wasn't driving, and usually he has to drive everywhere, doesn't he? So, and he got really drunk, and he was like asleep in the back of the car. And we're driving along the motorway, and all of a sudden I had this like terrible rattling noise. So I had to pull over on the hard shoulder, and me and Nick Wells was like crawling under the car, and like this big bit of plastic that sits underneath the engine to stop all stones and stuff going up the engine had come detached, and it was rattling on the floor. So I had to like wriggle around and, you know, remove it. And Fuzz just slept through the whole thing. It was no help at all.
Do you know what? That's exactly the same story I said to Fuzz.
Yeah.
Without all the detail. And then on the end of my story, I added that the AA turned up.
No, the AI didn't turn up. No,
so when we'll tell this story later with Fuzz, right? Because Fuzz was looking at me a bit blank, and he don't remember any of it. I said, well, "You're asleep."
He wasn't even asleep; he was unconscious.
Unconscious, yeah. Right, Richard.
Yes, James.
You with all my heart.
I love you with all my heart. Also,
I'm going to leave you now, so don't have one of your crazy COVID parties with loads of people around tonight.
I don't do that. Should we have a little synthesizer jam before we go?
You're on. How do you think it's going to sound? What key are we in? Like it. Where are you going now?
Switch it off. My mixing desk's over there, and you know.
Right. Is that like Real World, that studio that you got there? Is that like?
Yeah, I've got a river running through it and everything.
What's that one in Barbados? Eddie Grant's studio? Is it like Eddie Grant's studio?
I think of Compass Point.
Yeah, or something like that.
Yeah, no, it's not like that.
Yeah. Looks nice though. Right, Richard, I'm going to turn you off now.
All right then.
Right.
It's good to talk to you, James.
I'm going to sing. I'll sing you a song another time. All right. Love you.
Love you too. Bye now.
Bye.